Corey Atwood here for BagelGames.com, and we are here live at PAX East 2017, and we are at the Serial Cleaner booth, and we are talking with the creators of Serial Cleaner. How's your PAX going so far?
Yeah, PAX is going very good. We've been here since all day yesterday. We've had a lot of people interested in the game yesterday, and today it's been a blast. A lot of people coming in, everybody playing the game and enjoying it seems, so we're happy.
Well, I've been very excited to play this, so how about I'll start playing, and why don't you just give me a rundown of what Serial Cleaner is?
Okay. So basically, Serial Cleaner, best way to think about it is a fast-paced stealth game.
Mm-hmm.
The idea being that you're a cleaner in the 1970s. That's the guy who takes care of mafia hits, after mafia hits or after all kinds of different bloody mishaps. He's being asked by his clients to basically clean up the mess. So you'll be cleaning up bodies, blood, picking up evidence and securing it, and big quotation marks here.
Okay.
So in the game, like, the main thing you want to do when you start a level is using the left trigger. That will allow you to have a bird's eye view of the location and to see where the different things are. So the thing you want to do here is grab that body over there, bring it to your car, that's the body drop for your mission, and pick the watch on your way there, and that will be all the evidence for this first kind of tutorial mission.
Okay. Now, what is this stuff? Is that like evidence I have to get rid of?
Yeah, that's the evidence. So you pick up bodies and drop them with X, and you pick up evidence and do pretty much most other actions with A. So if you pick up that watch, the guard's gonna notice though, so he's gonna come over there to have a cursory glance at what's going on.
Okay.
But you'll be able to then use that time window you have to go grab the body in the upper left corner. So.
Okay. Now, I know the right trigger is like cleaning. Is that just for vacuuming up blood?
That's for vacuuming up blood, yeah, but blood only appears on the third level of the game.
Okay.
So we're kind of introducing with each level new mechanics, new enemies, new elements for the player to have fun with.
All right, so I'm going to try to steal this watch and time it one more time here. Now, are both of those things something I should grab, or just the watch?
Just the watch. The other is kind of an evidence card, just an indication that something was there before.
Okay, now can I carry the watch and the body?
Yes.
Okay. Whoop, whoop. I like that I carry it up over my head to be as obvious as possible.
Yeah.
With the body. Whoa, that was close. Take off in my sweet ride.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Now, I saw you guys mentioned that some of these crime scenes were inspired by real life or movies. Like,
yes.
What are some examples of that?
Okay, so after this level, for example, there's a level inspired by the Zodiac killings in the late 60s. So we tried to be pretty subtle about this, since basically this is pretty much quite modern history. But we did want to have some inspiration with the real-life 70s crime scenes, because the 1970s were pretty much the decade of the serial killer.
Yeah.
So our game also does kind of small nods in the plot to some of those events. But like I said, we kind of keep it pretty subtle, but still an inspiration behind some of the levels. So you'll find some levels that are set in a specific place because they're inspired by a specific killing, and that's where that killing took place. So.
Okay. Now, I see these bags everywhere. Are these things I have to pick up? What are those?
Yeah, that's the item. That's the item you need to pick up, and then the two more bodies. The cards are just there to kind of indicate
where things
to indicate where the things were.
Oh, okay, I get it. Hide in those lockers?
No, nothing.
Here.
Yes, there are some hiding spaces now. Those are indicated when you walk close to them.
Can I?
No, you can't take off in the wagon until you're done.
But I can make them forget they saw me. Okay.
Yeah. Like in most stealth games, like we had to strike a balance between like very.
Like realism versus gameplay?
Like very stubborn AI versus AI with a bit of selective amnesia.
Yeah.
And we went with the latter.
Oh no! Oh, okay. So it's like an instant restart, like a Hotline Miami or something like that?
The inspiration from Hotline Miami is also in this kind of quick fail, quick restart sort of vibe that the game has. And in addition to that, stuff changes places when the level restarts. So you'll notice that this body is now somewhere else.
Now, can I like sneak up behind the cops and take them out at all, or no?
No, you can take them out. You can move close to them, but notice that you have this sort of cone under your feet. That's how far your sound of your footsteps, the sound of your footsteps is heard. So when you're carrying a body, it's bigger than when you're not, and also when you're cleaning blood, you're making more sound like that. So.
Can I go slower to make a smaller amount of?
No, we only have a single speed for the character.
So I can't hide, things like that. Okay. Now, is there any sort of combat in it if, like, I wanted to, like, confront the cops or anything, or if you're caught, like, the jig is up?
No. There is no combat, but later on you get additional objects that you can use to help you move around. For example, sound objects that allow you to distract your enemies.
Okay.
And shortcuts which will allow you to move very quickly from one side of the level to the other. We also have like an indirect way of stopping enemies, which is using movement objects. Some of them can be used to close an enemy in a room, for example.
Oh, okay.
So you can kind of get rid of them that way, but there is no combat and it's only going to be temporary. It's not a permanent.
Now you guys are available right now in early access, right?
Yeah. We're now on early access for $10, and we're releasing in a few months, early summer, June-ish.
Okay.
We're gonna have a simultaneous release for the PC, for PS4, and for Xbox One.
Now, do the guards follow particular patterns, like in most stealth games? Like if I watch them for a few minutes, will they do the same thing?
Yeah, there is a pattern, but later on we also introduce some enemies who break that pattern. There's one enemy that actually has a base of several waypoints, and he's going to juggle between them, so you never know where he's gonna go.
Okay.
He's a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's kind of by design, because we wanted one character to break the mold a bit. And
right. Most stealth games, the guards always follow the same patterns, and that can get, like quite repetitive. So
yeah,
it's nice to see when AI doesn't always do that.
Similarly to other stealth games, we have ways of breaking that pattern. Like right now, when you took the body, he noticed the body was gone, so he went there instead of following his regular pattern. And if you're observant enough, if you know that stuff enough, you'll notice that you can actually just do that to take them out of position and influence them in other ways. So you cannot hide with a body, but if you drop the body, you would be able to hide in the carton over there.
Oh, okay. Is there any sort of a multiplayer, like what you mentioned? It sounds like there might be some sort of like leaderboard or something like that.
Yes, we do have. We're going to have leaderboards for some of the challenge modes. Multiplayer as such, not necessarily. We did consider it at one point, but we thought that we don't have enough, enough time to do it properly. So instead, we decided to just keep it somewhere like on the save it for the sequel list.
Okay.
Oh, now he's gonna. Yeah, if you stay here, he probably won't see you, but he did come and investigate because he took the belt.
That was gone. Okay. Now, let's say this was my last objective, which it is.
Yeah.
If the cop was chasing me, would I be able to throw it in there and take off?
Under certain circumstances, you can.
I'm going to go in the very back of the car. Okay.
Under certain circumstances, it's possible, especially if the last item you've picked was just an item lying around and not a body. Mm-hmm. Then that cone that activates near the car would activate early enough for you to, even if the cop is running after you, be able to just get in there and go away.
Okay.
So, right. So now you've got blood to clean, and blood has it's used in two ways in the game. One of them is you have to clean it using the right trigger, but you can also slide on it when you're not cleaning it.
I was faster on the blood.
So it's useful for losing these guys.
I'm not going to be able to, though. Damn.
So this level in particular is inspired by the Zodiac killings.
Okay.
So for example, the number of victims is the same, and the locale is sort of the same because one of the most popular Zodiac crimes was perpetrated near a lake, near a campsite. So we do that sort of stuff to kind of indicate for those people who are interested in the history of that decade, they'll be able to acknowledge that, all right, oh, so this is inspired by this guy and this is inspired by that other guy. Okay. And it also ties into our story a little bit, but we're not discussing that as of yet because that's a feature we're just finishing up.
Now, approximately how long is the entire game?
The entire game should take players somewhere between 5 and 8 hours, like based on how good they are at the game. If someone's really fast with it, it's probably close to 5 to 6 hours. We've got a story mode, and in addition to that, there are going to be some more bonus levels that you will be able to play. So,
and is it? Do you know like what the price point's going to be like approximately?
Well, it's going to be more than it's now. It's $10 for early access, so it's going to be a few bucks more than that probably. Somewhere between the $15 and $20 mark.
Okay, and again, when's it coming to consoles?
It's coming to consoles on somewhere around the same time that the PC version is released, and that's early summer.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
So just in a few months.
Awesome. We look forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, have a good PAX.